Hey, YouTube family, it's your girl Famous. So, tomorrow I turn 6 weeks. Greatest thing in the world happened to me this morning before my son went out to school. Uh, I was laying on the floor. My mom said, "What's that?" I said, "Oh, it's a heart Doppler." She said, "When did you get one of those?" I said, "A while back, right before I had my last miscarriage." She was like, "Well, how does it work?" So I laid on the floor, put some baby oil on my stomach, and went around. And she was like, "I want to do it." So she put it on, and I said, "Now this is my heart. This is my sound. Here, you got to remember that. Look at the numbers. That's me." Put the heart Doppler around my belly button. It went a little down, and then she heard the babies. It was a little bit slower, more sturdy. And so I did it a couple of times, make sure she know I'm not going crazy. So she was like, "Oh my God, I can hear my grandbaby's heart." I said, "Yeah." So then my son was like, "Oh, I want to listen to it too." And so he came over and he used it. And it was just a beautiful situation just to experience that with them and let them get in on the fun. Um, I also wanted to say to have a big thanks go out to all these wonderful, beautiful, amazing women out in the world who have been supporting me in my journey because um, I have a 21-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son, but I also had three miscarriages. One, I miscarried in 2009. I was a little bit past 5 months. Not exactly sure what went wrong in that pregnancy, but yeah, it was hard. It was hard because I had to push the baby out. It was just a whole situation. Still haunts me to this day. But the last two I had was about a year ago, and one of those pregnancies only lasted till about 6 weeks. But I believe we went to the hospital and then they looked, and they only saw the gestational sac and like a beginning of an umbilical cord, but the baby wasn't visible. So like vanishing baby syndrome, it just never came to pass. But I was working for Amazon at the time, and I was doing crazy lifting, heavy stuff, and I just should have sat down somewhere, especially because I'm 36 years old, and sometimes you have to take a little bit more precaution when it comes to your body, and that's just what it is. I didn't make the rules. That's just what it is. Um, Moving forward, the second one, however, I miscarried when I was 4 weeks. And again, I was still at Amazon. So after that, I was like, you know what? Deuces, Amazon. Because if I'm going to try, then, I need to sit down somewhere and make sure that it's not something that I'm contributing to, physically. Um, so morally, that's what I did. And then for the last year, I tried maybe intentionally tried for pregnancy maybe on 3 or 4 times, and it didn't work. And I was like, you know what, forget it. I just don't want to do it anymore. And so this time when I got pregnant, I didn't suspect pregnancy. I had literally just got up in the middle of the night and went, because for a while I was kind of like, I wouldn't say celibate, but I wasn't really as active sexually. I was just like, let me just focus on my bag, get myself together, get more focus on my career, figure out what I want to do for the long haul, and then everything will fall into place. And I have a lot of love to give, so children naturally gravitate towards me. And if I really wanted to do it, there are other options, other ways of achieving parental roles in a child's life. So I don't have to throw away my whole entire analysis of a happy future just because I can't conceive naturally. Maybe that time had passed. And my mom's like, "No, that's not it. No, 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 you're you can get pregnant. That's not the problem." So I was like, "Okay, But I went to the bathroom and I peed. And mind you, it was 3 days before my period. So I didn't even know why. Honestly, I'm scratching my head about it because I don't even feel like I believed that I was pregnant. It was like, why do I do this? Like, why do I buy test kits? Like, what is the point? I'm not gonna get pregnant. I had just ordered some ovary assistance booster pills, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna give up on it. I'll just try it. Maybe next year. Oh my goodness, I did the strip. And all of a sudden, a faint positive line showed, and I ran out of the bathroom. And I told the father, I said, "Oh my God, is it me? Or am I, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Is it me?" And he was like, "Yeah, I see it, but maybe it's not really there." I was like, "You know what? I'm not talking to you." Went in the, ran out the room. I told my son, "Look." He was like, "No, that's definitely two lines." Mom, she was like, "No, yeah, that's definitely two lines." So today was my last day of testing. Today is 21 DPO, and it was so dark. So that's a really good thing. I mean, on top of that, hearing my baby's heartbeat, that was like great, 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 great news. Um, but again, back to all the supporters, all the people that are trying to become mothers and mothers in wait. I want to encourage you all to not give up on your goals. And also remember that often in times you get that rainbow baby, when you least expect it. Because when you are constantly thinking about it all the time, we get those signals from our bodies, and they'll let us know. Chemical pregnancies are a very real thing. So you might get all of those symptoms and then they just vanish. And that's kind of what I had this time when I got pregnant. I had some symptoms, but then it just went away. Like last week, I was so hungry. I was eating all kind of crazy stuff, and I cook. I get down in the kitchen, okay? Shoot, you can ask any of my exes. They will line up around the corner because they know when I cook, I'm not playing. But I have not been feeling my food. Last night, I made some oxtails, you know, and I couldn't eat my plate. Like I took two bites. It wasn't like I was nauseated. It's just like the baby did not want that. My hormones were rather telling me that I did not want that. Right before I went and took a nap today, I ate the rest of it. And it went down so good. And then 10 minutes later, I stood up and I thought it was going to burst out of my mouth. So I ran really, really fast to the bathroom, and nothing but like clear liquids was draining. Not the food, but just clear liquids. So when that happens, I know that I'm having like a reaction to where either I can make myself not like project and then throw out all the stuff that's going to come up the vomit, or I could do something to like combat that feeling, which is I've run to my ginger ale. I'll fill up my cup my daughter got me in, and that's it. Mm-mm. Yeah. Um, I ain't gonna lie, I just ate some hot chips. Hot chips have just been my go-to. I mean, I love hot chips regardless, but I'm not really a spicy food eater. So I see all these mukbangs and I get really, really jealous because I really want to try like ghost pepper noodles and stuff like that, but I wouldn't dare. I have ulcers. I have all kind of reasons why I just have to stay away from hot stuff. So I'm actually pretty curious to find out like what's gonna happen, because I think that this kid is really geared to eating what it wants to eat. So um, I think what's gonna save me though is that I just don't go around just trying to eat whatever just because. I don't encourage anybody that's pregnant or trying to get pregnant to just start packing on the calories, because you really only need like 3 to 400 extra calories anyway. But I'm actually doing the reverse now. Now I'm like not hungry all the time. But I ain't gonna lie, when I woke up a couple of minutes ago after I drank some ginger ale, I had just had a weird dream that a bunch of kids wanted me to be their mom too. And they were all eating ice cream. And then I asked my mother to pass me one of my vanilla ice cream sandwiches. And then I ate it. Yeah. Anyways, so my first of my first OBGYN visit will actually be I've already went to my regular doctor and had it confirmed, pregnancy test confirmed. But my first OBGYN visit is going to be next Tuesday. And I'll at that time be, because if I'm 6 weeks tomorrow exactly, um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll be 6 weeks, 5 days. So it should be baby should be visible, even though it should be nothing but like a pea size. That's what we're hoping to see on the screen. I mean, you can't have a heartbeat without a little blob. So hopefully, I wasn't listening to my intestines rolling around and confusing that for a heartbeat. But I don't think so. I think yeah, I think it's a baby. I know it's a baby. Um, so I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to get that little black and white picture and make copies. It's just such a big gap age wise with my kids, and my kids are still very excited. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyways, just wanted to give you guys a little pregnancy update, and thank you all so much for following me and hanging out with me during this process. I mean, this is such a big blessing to be able to do this again, to be able to feel the life growing inside of me, and it's an exciting time for me and my family, definitely for sure. Um, Wishing all of you mothers the best. Like I said, just keep your goal at heart. Don't beat yourself up for it. Take it one day at a time, and baby dust to everybody, okay? And please, if you're pregnant or just finding out that you're pregnant or you're on a pregnancy journey to try and get there, please drop a comment. I would love the company. I would love it, love it, love it, love it. Bye, guys.